Welcome. We have here the Seikospork, reference number SRP043K1. It sounds like this watch has the most odd nickname of all Seiko watches. But before we talk about that, here's watch check. This is the Seiko 5 7S260140, and it is gold plated. All I can find in the internet was a silver one right here. This one has a Mercedes hour hand, which gives it this very unique look, and the dial is gold too. Awesome watch. Now, let's get to the point. Spork in general is a hybrid form of a spoon and a fork. It can mostly be seen on rice ball meals, when you can eat on the go. Okay, now that you get the picture, this watch is nicknamed after that because it is believed to have a dual purpose. Like a spork, it is aesthetically inspired by diving and aviation. The case is obviously built for diving, and the aviation aspect is the dial markers in the Arabic numerals at 12, 3, 6, and 9, almost similar to the Rolex Explorer. This watch has such a legible dial, which are usually found in pilot watches like IWC, Breitling, or even Zinn. This watch was released at around late 2008 to early 2009. In my own personal view of this watch, it is a one-of-a-kind dive watch. It doesn't look like any modern or even past Seiko watches. It truly holds its own unique look, and it is well built. Speaking of well built, the case size is 44mm without the crown. The thickness is 14mm. It has a hardlex mineral crystal and is water resistant for up to 200 meters. You may be wondering why there are two watches here, the similar watches. This one right here is mine. This one is from my uncle, and I borrowed it from him. And as you can see, he already changed the bracelet because, as you may know, it is a heavy watch. So this one right here is a good replacement for it, which is very comfortable too. The lug width on this is actually 20mm, and since it has this extension right here, it gives it a larger look and gives it a heavier look. So when you wear this watch, it just has this presence, It is chunky, honestly, but in a good way. Wow, look at that. So it is built like a tank, besides the crystal, of course. But keep in mind, this watch was built on the late 2000s, so I guess no sapphire crystal yet for this watch. Let's say when you're doing something and you just look at your wrist and you see that minimalistic dial, that highly legible dial. For me, no matter how bulky it may wear on my wrist, I love this watch. It is a hidden gem. If you want to buy a modern reissue of Seiko watches, like your Turtle, that's fine too. But if you want something distinctive and pleasing to the eyes, this watch is a staple. The movement on this watch is 4R15. It was first introduced in 2008, and was the time Seiko was slowly shifting away from the 1996 release 7S26 movement, or 7S movements for that matter, and transitioned to the 6R and the 4R15, this one right here. So the 4R15 is actually based from the 6R15 movement, only it doesn't have the hacking second, meaning if you pull out the crown, the second hand right there still moves. That's what you call a hacking second, and a manual winding, which you can't wind it. You can only give it power by moving your hands, or you shake it. So they both feature the 6R15 and this one right here, the 4R15, a 50-hour power reserve, which on this watch is more than enough. It operates at a beat of 21,600, and it only has a date window, which is perfect. Less parts. Yeah, I'm one of those guys. This is going to hurt if you're planning on getting this watch. because unfortunately it is discontinued. And I believe this watch was only produced for like 3 to 4 years. I'm not really sure, but it seems like it is rare. And when it was released, it was sold for around $300 to $400. The most hurtful part, though, is right now it's almost sold out everywhere, and on eBay the prices are outrageous. I've seen some go for $2,000. Jeez, I'd rather get a Marine Master for that price. But then again, it was released just over a decade ago. I don't know if it will be reissued anytime soon, but it's okay. There are some watches that are affordable when they're released and increase in value over time. We can never predict it accurately every time, and we cannot obviously buy every watch that is released, so we enjoy what we have. Thank you, and see you in the next one.